Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everybody for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening right now in the podcast. Today is Wednesday, November the 27th, 2024. It's the day before Thanksgiving here in the US and I guess across many other countries. But I wanted to come and share this story with you guys. It did happen a couple of weeks ago. I just can't believe how I missed this one, but I think I still want to share it because this is another example how Christianity is always being attacked. It is like it triggers people so much. They always want to attack it, okay? But before I continue, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who listens in the podcast, whichever platform that you use to listen. Really means a lot to me, you guys. The same thing with everybody who has been subscribing on YouTube. Thank you so much for subscribing. And please join. I did put memberships available. So if you want to help out and join, that really helps me as a creator. And also, if you're doing any shopping this season, you can shop. Not this type of sweater that I'm going to talk about, obviously, but I do have my online stores. I have two of them that I listed here on YouTube. Or if you're listening in the podcast, you can just visit Julissadesigns.shop and you'll be able to see my store. But if you're on YouTube, you can just purchase right off YouTube right here. It should be displayed the items on the bottom of this video. So you guys, here we are. It's so crazy because I think a week ago I came and told you guys what happened to me. I was about to do a second show this fall in New York City, and I was basically, after I signed contract and paid and everything was ready to go, basically, I was told not to use any garments that say the word Jesus on them. I'm laughing because, like you sign me up, like knowing what I do, and you still want to come back with that. Like, come on, do your job and, learn about the brand, right? Even though we did had a meeting, all of that. But anyways, people don't listen, I guess. But anyways, so that happened to me as a fashion designer trying to glorify God in the New York fashion industry, right? And things happened. They did apologize afterwards, but they basically told me you cannot use any garments that say Jesus, and you cannot use any music that says Jesus. And I'm like, I'm not going. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm all about Jesus, right? That's what I do. That's my whole purpose for Julissadesigns brand. Is the whole purpose is to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. So if you're signing me up for this show and you're announcing it and doing press releases, but you come back a week before and say you cannot talk about Jesus, then you don't really know what my brand is all about. But like I said, that happened to me. It wasn't the first time, by the way, and they did apologize. But then something else happened in my life that I couldn't even make it to that show anyway. So, but anyways, today I'm going to talk to you guys about this sweater that was created for a fashion brand in the UK that had the design that's a gay in a manger. Okay, I'm going to see if I can put a photo here so you guys can see it. So this sweater was was designed, was approved, was sample made, produced, and shipped out to stores in a very popular store in the UK. And it said a gay in a manger, and it was on sale for $38.99. And also they did mugs too for this sweater, and it was displayed at a store. And then people started talking about it, like, what are you marking Christianity for, right? We all know that Jesus was born in the manger, right? So that's the whole point. These people always want to mark Christianity. There's such an offense when you mention Jesus. It's such an offense. Like I told you guys, people didn't want me to, a lot of my dresses that I designed, they do say glory to Jesus and things like that. They didn't want me to display a dress that said that. And I'm laughing because it's an instant offense. And this sweater was fully approved and it was already displayed at stores until somebody said, big organizations came together and said, wait a second, you have to pull this sweater out. This is an offense to Christianity, right? And they did. They eventually pull it out of the stores and all of that. After so many people complain, I guess you can say, but it's so interesting to me. But when it comes to Jesus Christ and Christianity, right? there's always an easiness in this world to attack it. And we know because Jesus Christ is the truth, okay? He's the way and he's the life, right? And it's going to happen. It's going to happen many times. It's not the first time. But even when you share stories like this with people who do believe in Jesus, they'll be like, well, what you expect? They're so dismissive. It's actually kind of like frustrating sometimes to share stories like this with other believers because they get dismissive with you. They're like, what do you expect? But then you also feel, like I said this many times during my testimony. When I started out doing fashion shows and things like that, I always expected to have this army of Christians behind me saying, we're here, we agree, everything that she said, we're going to support and this and that. If anything, I got people who basically wanted to hide, right? They want nothing to do with being open in public and bold for Jesus Christ. If anything, they wanted to do the complete opposite. And, there's a verse in the Bible about denying Jesus, right? Whoever denies me in front of men or something like that, it says the verse. And, I understand that not everybody's called to evangelize and to be bold for Christ. We are all called to share the gospel. That's our calling, right? But I understand that everybody has different levels. But my biggest shock starting a fashion line, trying to glorify God, is the mockery and it's almost like the misunderstanding from the Christian communities. It basically is like, why are you doing that for? They'll say things like set sail and things like that. And there's like an embarrassment at some point. You can feel it. So, that's why it's so hard to even find people to help you out. And it's not like I want people to come out and when people start their own business, they always invite like 10 people and they do these shows and like buy my collection and things like that. I'm not even looking for that. Like, I'm not even like trying to get your money so you can support my business, whether you like it or not. Nothing like that. If anything, I just want somebody to kind of like back me up too. Like if I stand up and speak about Jesus during a fashion show, let's just say, somebody also who will also come in and agree too. That is so hard to find. If anything, doing a lot of vendor events that I had done in the past, I also noticed that people who will buy from me, quicker, I guess you can say, that they don't need convincing. They don't, like some people, they do want to hear your story before they purchase like something from you, but other people, and they're not like, because they will tell you, right? People always tell you stuff. They'll be like, oh, I haven't gone to church in like so many years. But I'll still buy your sweater that says Jesus or something, but then you will see, I guess you can say, you will see Christians that you recognize from, let's say, church or something. You're like, oh, these people are going to come and buy my sweaters. They want nothing to do with that. They will never wear t-shirts that says Jesus. It's like an undercover type of thing. And hey, that's okay. Now everybody's called to be so open and bold. I get it. But still, it's very shocking. Okay. So this sweater, I was saying it's very shocking to know that this actually happens, right? But anyways, this sweater was approved. This design, it's such a mockery, a manger, what was it? A gay in a manger, right? A complete mockery of Jesus Christ. Okay. We all know the story of how Jesus was born. We know that this is a mockery of, his birth, obviously. There is no like doubting about that, because people will see such a mockery right in your face and they'll still be like, but how do you know it's about Jesus Christ? How do you know it's about him? It's so obviously it's about him. They will never do it to another like, I guess you can say, another leader that people believe in from a different beliefs, right? They will never do that to somebody else, right? They always do it to Christianity. And they do it because, like I said before, it's the truth, right? So this is the world now. They were after people come together and there's a protest and like people complaining and writing petitions and things like that. The company does pulls it out from the stores, but if nobody would have said anything, would have been like probably a top selling sweater, right? That's how the world is right now. So let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Have a good day. God bless.